Percent of Minnesotans believe the wolf should be protected. Howling for Wolves is asking Minnesotans to respect our true wildlife manager, the wolf. Their survival is critical to our ecosystems, our communities, and even our economy. As highly intelligent animals with strong social bonds, Minnesota wolves deserve to be protected and admired. Learn more at howlingforwolves.org. Let's live and let howl.
Navigating COVID while protecting yourself can be difficult. Fortunately, there's a hotline you can call with any questions. The Department of Indian Work St. Paul partnered with the Minnesota Department of Health to open the Twin Cities American Indian COVID-19 hotline. They provide information on vaccines, booster shots, and testing sites. Right now, booster shots are available to anyone over the age of 18 for those who are eligible. The Twin Cities American Indian COVID-19 hotline can also help with housing, food, medical, and educational support. If you or someone you know has questions about COVID-19, vaccinations, booster shots, or testing, please call 651-304-9986. Again, the number is 651-304-9986. The Twin Cities American Indian COVID-19 hotline is open for calls Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call the Twin Cities American Indian COVID-19 hotline at 651-304-9986.
Hey, Cudahy to all my friends and relatives in four directions. This is Robert Pilot of Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake. I'm here to ask you for your support. Finding honest Native-centered news is not easy. But with your support, we're able to provide accurate information about Standing Rock, Line 3, treaty violations, and COVID-19 in our Native communities. Please visit Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon and donate if you can. That's Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon. Pinigigi, and thank you for your support.
Hey, Ogama, I've been hearing a lot about this term, climate justice. What is that?
Climate justice is recognizing that the negative impacts of climate change don't affect all people equally. It also means transitioning from a fossil fuel-based economy to a more sustainable future. MN 350 is one of the groups that's pushing for this transition to protect our futures. You can even get involved too.
That's great, especially since I'm concerned about pipeline projects like Line 3. How can I help MN 350?
Just find them on Facebook or visit mn350.org.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lulia. Cloudy overnight with a low of 65. Then the sun comes out on Saturday with a high of 82. Hazel's Northeast offers the most creative comfort food you'll find for any meal of the day. Hazel's is located at 29th and Johnson in Minneapolis, minutes from 35W. More at hazelsne2go.com.
Portions of Native Roots Radio may be pre-recorded.
It's a good day to be indigenous.
Get up, stand up.
They are going to become more brutal.
Couldn't cut, hit me cut again.
Because all the hippies are trying to be Indians anyway.
They're going to become more repressive because it's a matter of dollars and their illusionary concepts of power.
Hey, Victor.
We must live in balance with the earth.
And also with recent happenings at Wounded Knee.
I am awake. Welcome to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Wakanja Hade. Hey, Cudahy to all my friends and relatives in four directions. You are listening to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Robert Pilot. We discuss local and national Native news and events, Wendy, and as you know, Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues.
This portion of the show is brought to you by Native Roots Trading Post. We will be at the Minnesota State Fair starting Thursday, August 25th through Monday, September 5th, and we're really excited about it. We're actually down there today. It's like less than 2 weeks away. So we have a lot of details to take care of.
A lot of deets. And then we're going to be broadcasting live from there when?
Yeah, Monday through Friday there, 6 to 7, our regular time. It will be loud, probably. A lot of people walking around, hopefully visiting our booth and talking to us on the radio. So it should be pretty exciting.
Yeah, definitely stop by and buy some swag. We're going to have our Resist t-shirts out there for sale, which I know we see them all over, but people love them and they want to get them. And they'll be there aplenty. We just picked up 3 boxes of those.
Yeah, we ordered special ones that have a rainbow type design on them for Pride and to support our Two Spirits.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
so I'm really excited about that.
So you know, Ogama's with family today, and you know, we are just perplexed by the news here. You know, we're trying to do our thing and be good citizens, and then we got some crackpot in Florida who's got secret
11 classified secret envelopes or however they come at his house.
Yeah,
I mean, that's really dangerous for the nation and the world for somebody like him to have these top secret information at his home. I mean, that's crazy.
Well, not only crazy, but listen to what he says. Listen to the mainstream media doesn't listen to him. He said at a speech that he was not going anywhere, and here he is, rattling up the troops here, and then we have January 6th, and he should go down for that. There's so many things that he should be in jail for that.
And hopefully this is one of them. Hopefully it will happen.
All right. Well, I see mainstream media not covering this, and the attorney general called him on his bluff, and all the Republicans, and it's amazing. Yesterday, Wendy, they had an FBI attempted assassination, and that's them beating their drum, saying, "Hey, this is fake. The FBI, defund them." And it's like, who did we run into at breakfast today, or at lunch today? I guess for late breakfast. Yeah, Ilhan Omar, the Congress person from Minnesota, and it's just like I said to her, if that was you saying that, they'd defund the police and defund the FBI, they'd be like freaking out, but yet they're hypocrites and they say the same thing. And she just shook her head. Yeah, it's like, what the heck?
I know, it's true. It is. It's crazy.
All right.
Really crazy. In other news, Anne Hesh, actress, unfortunately did a whole bunch of cocaine and smashed her car into somebody's house. And I don't know if they've taken her off life support as of yet or not, but that's what they were saying, that they're going to be taking her off life support. She is a organ donor, so they're keeping her, organs fresh, so that I didn't mean to say that, but they're keeping her organs viable, so that they can, use it for somebody else. It's really unfortunate that she had this cocaine addiction, and she used a whole bunch of cocaine and then got in her car and drove.
Right. And the only reason why
thank God she didn't hurt anybody else.
I couldn't find the right word, and that was the first word that came into my head. So I'm glad you said fresh and not me. Because I'm going,
I don't mean that. And I really feel bad for her family and friends. It's just a horrible tragedy, and it's really, really sad. And I'm sorry that she didn't get help.
Addiction.
Yes. It's really, really sad.
Yeah.
It is.
I know.
Just sad.
Well, I want to jump back here, and just
talk about the
just the GOP backs Trump, escalates dark rhetoric after FBI search. They're just escalating this again. So mainstream media has to listen to what these people are saying, because what they're kind of saying, Wendy, is we want war. And so they're going to be getting their people out there that possibly don't watch anything but Fox News.
Or OAN. What's that other news group? OAN, OAN, something, ONA, some crazy news group that people listen to.
That's what Trump's news group or whatever. But as a matter of fact, the person who was going to kill an FBI agent on that group, I don't know if that's a specific group, but the one that Trump owns, instead of, he can't be on Twitter, so he started his own Twitter or whatever. That person that tried to kill the FBI agent that was killed himself wrote down on there and said everything that he was going to do. And nobody said, hey, wow, we should get a hold of the authorities. This guy is crazy. He was at January 6th, he said, and now he's going to go take care of this because of all the GOP rhetoric, and it's hard. We like talking about Native news and events and issues, but it's just really hard to bypass this, because our people that are listening to us, our Native relatives, really need to get out the vote. And we really prove that here in Minnesota, especially, Wendy, that we had over 9,000 newly signed up voters up in the deep north where there's 3 tribes up there, and that's a significant amount. And we need more because the GOP is not for anybody. I mean, we have to really talk to our allies too and straighten them out on a lot of things with Native Americans, but we don't even get the door open with this conversation with the GOP. So we need to support. We have to go blue, and we always say this, but it's so true again that this election is so important because look what happened with Roe versus Wade. And one of the things that I'm going to be really concerned about and watching is the ICWA, Indian Child Welfare Act. From it's been around forever, and that's where we can't get our Native kids scooped up and taken away and adopted to white families and whitewash us and genocide our people. That the family gets first dibs, and the grandparents and the sisters, and get to keep our Native kids with our Native families. So that's a really big thing that's coming up here, that's going to sneak up on us.
It is going to sneak up on us. We have to really be diligent, and we need a blue wave. That's what we need.
Right.
We need to, stop the Republicans in their track and end this.
Yeah. I mean, we were just at a rally at the Capitol. Thousands and thousands of women that are not happy about this, and a lot of people supporting this.
About Roe v. Wade.
Yep.
Yes, it's terrible. Well, look what happened in Kansas. That's a great thing that happened. The women came out, the voters came out and said, no, you will not stop my reproductive rights, and I want them. And we need to keep the state and religion separate from each other. And if and they did it. So we're going to see that more often.
Hey, what our banter just reminded me of?
What's that?
The old days when we had Pilot's Progressive Party. and starring Wendy Pilot and Robert Pilot.
We sang a Kelly Clarkson song. I'm coming out.
With a party song.
Yeah, it's a party song.
Right.
I'm not going to sing anymore because I don't have a voice.
I was going to turn it down there because I didn't remember the song. But hey, you're listening to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake. Up next, State Senator Mary Kunesh to get her ideas of what's going on here. And some more Native talk. And then we're going to talk sacred animals, which I'm always excited to hear.
It's Fun Fact Friday. Stay with us. J&S Bean Factory is a Native-owned, community-supported, cozy, artsy coffee shop which offers roasted on-site beans, live music, and baked goods. Relax in the beautiful outside patio. City Pages writes, voted top 10 coffee shops. Tucked into a quiet corner of St. Paul's Highland Park neighborhood, this coffee shop roasts beans on-site from the best coffee-growing countries in the world. Located at 1518 Randolph Avenue, St. Paul. The good stuff.
When we heal from our traumas,
when we face our fears,
let go of our addictions,
when we relearn our values,
when we live our teachings,
respecting our elders,
cherishing and honoring our children,
when we honor and take care of our spirit,
there will be no room left for sexual violence.
Sponsored by the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition.
Come see the Native Roots Trading Post at the West End Market of the Minnesota State Fair. Native Roots Trading Post is Native owned and operated. Shop goods from local and national Native artists that you'll love instantly. Native Roots Trading Post is supporting Native artists this year at the Minnesota State Fair, August 25th to September 5th. Native Roots Trading Post, we support Native artists and you can too. Buy Native at the Native Roots Trading Post this year at the Minnesota State Fair.
Hey, Ogama, I've been hearing a lot about this term, climate justice. What is that?
Climate justice is recognizing that the negative impacts of climate change don't affect all people equally. It also means transitioning from a fossil fuel-based economy to a more sustainable future. MN 350 is one of the groups that's pushing for this transition to protect our futures. You can even get involved too.
That's great, especially since I'm concerned about pipeline projects like Line 3. How can I help MN 350?
Just find them on Facebook or visit mn350.org.
Hi, I'm Jane Fonda, and you're listening to Native Roots Radio.
And we're back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot.
This portion of the show is brought to you by MN 350, a grassroots organization fighting for climate justice.
Hey, Wendy, I just got to throw a big hello because, you know, we've been since January, month are we in? Since August, we are part of the Civic Media Radio Network, and we have been, and I'm just going to name off a couple of the stations, more stations we're on. We're on 30 more stations, but we're on Devil Radio 92.7 Madison, WTTN 1580 Columbus, WAUK 540 and 101 FM, The Shaw, and Full Falls Radio 89.9 and 1230 Wausau. Locally grown radio, WFHR 220 and 97.5 Wisconsin Rapids Stevens Point. So there's just a few, and you know, when we the corridor, you know, we in Wisconsin, we drive by those states. Or cities. Whoa, I'm losing my mind.
We always say, oh no, it's Monday, but it's Friday.
Hey, I have no excuse. But you know what? We have State Senator Mary Kunesh here, and she's going to brighten our day up and talk some sense to us because there's a lot of news going on, and it's always great to hear her perspective. And she, I want to say that State Senator Mary Kunesh was our first regular when everyone else snubbed us. And she led the way and told all the other politicians in Minnesota, it's okay. They're okay, people. They're all right. Just okay. All right. Welcome, State Senator.
Lumpy Tawashi, everybody. It's really good to be here with you this Friday.
Yeah, it's great to be with you too, Mary.
Yeah, we just went to the fair. We're so excited. We just looked at our booth again, and we're just really pumped up. And Wendy's freaked out because it's, you know, she's retired, so there's a lot of work to do.
I hear that when a person retires, they find themselves like doubly busy and everybody's got something for them to do.
Absolutely. Yes.
You've got your second wind.
I keep saying I don't want any responsibility. That's my tagline these days, but it doesn't help.
I'll get her a t-shirt that says that.
I don't want any responsibility.
When the going gets tough, the tough get going, and you know Wendy's a tough one, so she's getting going here.
I've also heard it said that when you want something done and done right, ask a busy woman.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, she was saying, you know, it's our store, you know, we're the bosses, and I'm going, nah, you're the boss. Let's get real here. But hey. So we got a lot of crazy stuff going nationally. We got the orange guy. He's, you know, out of his mind. And then the scary part is, and I know you deal with this in a state level, as the GOP is like bringing out information that's so untrue and rallying up their base enough where we have somebody going and trying to kill an FBI agent. I mean, we're in the upside down world. And
we've been saying that for 3 years now.
Longer than that.
True. Yeah, we were warned. We were warned this would happen, and sure enough, it continues. It continues and it continues. And I really don't understand the mindset of those that won't believe or refuse to believe or feel that whatever the former president has done is legitimate in the name of democracy and in the name of this country. And what really irks me is when they talk about patriotism and you know, this this democratic country that we live in America, and I certainly love my country. But what they fail to, ever acknowledge is the intentional destruction and genocide of so many people from whatever country or whatever piece of land or continent these Europeans stepped on. The destruction and the entitlement by white men, it seems to be the law of the land, and that continues to this day. I mean, that's really what's at the root. I mean, I think it's in the genetics of a lot of these men and these people, the feeling that they are the superior race and entitled to anything and everything they want.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's interesting you say that, because that's kind of how the Europeans colonized many places, including Turtle Island here,
Yeah.
and, with that attitude. So, I mean, this has been going on for a long time, and now it's resurfacing again because, as you know, the Orange Man, 45, he wants to be king,
Yeah.
and people are falling in line, which, we always wondered how, or I did, because I was, my father fought in World War II and the Korean War, but in World War II, there was always a question of how did these so-called, like, really nice Germans follow Hitler?
Mm-hmm.
Witnessing it here, and maybe once Trump is dethroned, all these people will fall back in place, like the Germans said that, oh, I didn't follow Hitler. I just was like scared and joined the army. And it's like BS. You had to have something.
It's the same thing as what's happening over between Russia and the Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
And, I am just so very, very grateful that we have anybody other than Trump in the presidency, because I am certain that if that were the case, he would be ordering our military support over there. And, I think Trump, was emulating everything that the president of Russia has done and is doing, and that's exactly what he wants to be like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, he'd be helping the Russians.
Yeah, definitely.
And the thing is, too, he has all the, who told him to steal all that stuff, all those documents? I mean, that's the scary part. There's a lot of things that, whether it's a nuclear code or whatever, that the Russians he could sell that, and again, it's weird that you said that, because watch Hillary Clinton in the last debate, and she predicted everything that is happening, and the media had a 30-year, the media had a 30-year battle on her since she was Bill Clinton's wife in the White House. I mean, they've been talking trash about her for 30 years. And, they don't like, the mass media doesn't like smart women, I don't think.
What? I think you and I are in trouble. A lot of us are in trouble. Fortunately, we are beginning to outnumber those negative folks, and, finding ourselves, especially, the disadvantaged people of color are now becoming more empowered. And I think that's really part of the root problem, is that there are many, many people that are very terrified that they are now the minority. When you look at population growth and the fact that at some point white people, if not already, white people will be the minority. And I'm sure they are panicking, like, what if they treat us the way we treat them?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, and that's, remember, in our lifetime in the 80s, South Africa, no place, Sun City, all the musicians wouldn't play in Sun City in South Africa because of apartheid, and that we're living in apartheid right now. And the last election, I said we, not just BIPOC people, but everybody, liberals, this need to wake up, and we need to get the liberals engaged and like-minded people, because we outnumber them. We showed that with the presidency it was barely, 7 million, but still, I couldn't believe Trump got 74 million votes, but that's another story. But we still outnumber them.
Yep. We just have to make sure we get those folks out to vote.
Right, and I think that's why it's important we have conversations with someone like you and people that can help us and let us know what's happening on the upload, really what's happening. Because, I can't imagine. I know the lieutenant governor always talks about, her walking into a building that it wasn't made for her. And I bet you feel that way too. And a lot of women, but not Indigenous women, BIPOC women, just women.
Yeah, it is. It is really hard. And especially when we look at how oftentimes women are not brought into the conversations where there are decision making or leadership roles, intentionally. Withholding information or not sharing information is a huge power play in so many ways. And when we're not allowed into the boardroom, or we're not at that administrative level where we're helping to make decisions, then that is an intentional effort to keep us out. And that happens to this day. Everybody knows that still continues to happen. I'm just really worried, concerned about our GOP team, Senate caucus. They lost almost all of their women. I think there are only 2 women left in that caucus after everybody retired or left. And so I think there's going to be, some consternation there.
Wow. Let's talk more about that, state senator. Let's come back and talk about that, because I want to dig deeper into that. That's an amazing. So, hey, you're listening to Native Roots Radio, Wendy, and it's Friday, and I can't talk, but I guess I can't talk on Mondays either. I don't know.
Or Wednesdays.
Hey, you're listening to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and we're here with State Senator Mary Kunesh. We'll be back after this short break.
Stay with us.
Hey, Wendy, what are we doing for dinner after the show?
How about we go to J. Selby's on 169 Victoria Street in St. Paul? They have a delicious plant-based menu that's compassionate and environmentally sustainable.
I'm getting their spot-on vegan Big Mac, the dirty secret.
You can pick up and they deliver within a 5-mile radius, or you can call them at 651-222-3263 or visit jselbys.com.
Well, you sold me, Wen. Let's go order at J. Selby's tonight.
I'm hungry.
Minnesotans age 65 plus might qualify for Health Partners Minnesota Senior Health Options. The plan includes personal support, coverage for medical, prescription drugs, and dental, plus over 30 extra benefits. Eligibility information is available at healthpartners.com/oneplan. Health Partners is a health plan that contracts with both Medicare and the Minnesota Medical Assistance Medicaid program to provide benefits of both programs to enrollees. Enrollment in Health Partners depends on contract renewal.
Come see the Native Roots Trading Post at the West End Market of the Minnesota State Fair. Native Roots Trading Post is Native-owned and operated. Shop goods from local and national Native artists that you'll love instantly. Native Roots Trading Post is supporting Native artists this year at the Minnesota State Fair, August 25th to September 5th. Native Roots Trading Post. We support Native artists, and you can too. Buy Native at the Native Roots Trading Post this year at the Minnesota State Fair.
Hello, it's Randy Rhodes, Team Randy. Glad to be a part of the lineup of Progressive Voices on AM 950. Tune in, join us weeknights at 10.
Guthrie Theater presents Lynn Nonage's Pulitzer Prize-winning Sweat, playing now through August 21st. Sit in the heart of America's Rust Belt, Sweat follows a group of factory workers who enjoy beers together after hours, but the post-Y2K economy is changing. NAFTA is a new reality, and rumors about layoffs put friendships to the test. From the politically charged opening scene to its electrifying conclusion, Sweat confronts issues of race, immigration, deindustrialization, and the ever-slipping grip on middle-class life, all with humor and heart. Buy tickets at GuthrieTheater.org.
Would you let animals pick your insurance? You really need to experience mayhem to get the best rates? Or how about a celebrity quarterback or fake university saving you money? There's a lot of marketing stunts when it comes to insurance, but what you really need is someone looking out for you. Call Array Insurance, and they will work hard to find you the best insurance coverage and rates. So avoid gimmicks and call Cheryl at Array, 763-504-9999. 3067 or arrayinsurance.com. Array Insurance, working hard for you.
Warmer weather is here, and that means it's time for home improvement projects. If you're planning a remodel or property upgrade for your home or business, switching to solar energy should be part of your project, and All Energy Solar can help. Most home improvement projects don't pay for themselves until the property is sold, but switching to All Energy Solar is an investment that can actually pay for itself even if you don't sell your property. In fact, after 30 years of operation, solar energy could pay back 300 to 400% of the cost. Plus, a system from All Energy Solar is built to last, not just for years, but decades. Most systems from All Energy Solar come with a 25 to 30-year warranty. So make your home improvement project a better investment that can last and pay for itself by switching to All Energy Solar. Get a free, no-obligation assessment from All Energy Solar by calling 800-620-3370 or visiting allenergysolar.com. That's allenergysolar.com.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lulia. Cloudy overnight with a low of 65. Then the sun comes out on Saturday with a high of 82. Hazel's Northeast offers the most creative comfort food you'll find for any meal of the day. Hazel's is located at 29th and Johnson in Minneapolis, minutes from 35W. More at hazelsne2go.com.
Hi, this is Representative Sharice Davids from Kansas. I'm Ho Chunk, and you're listening to Native Roots Radio.
And we're back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot.
This portion of the show is brought to you by the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition.
Hey, we're here with State Senator Mary Kunesh, and we're with our Mellow Friday day, but it's hard to be mellow when all this is going on, and then Wendy and I too. I don't know if you heard the show earlier. We're just so excited about the fair, and having you come down and talk live down at our teepee down by our store at the fair. That'd be really fun, so people can meet you down there, and I guess it'll just be fun. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It's
always fun.
Yeah, it is. We love the fair. We don't know how much we're going to love it now, but after this, Wendy and I used to go, 7-8 times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
we'd always run in Lieutenant Governor at the weird places because her and her husband loved the fair too.
Mm-hmm.
So what else is going on with you? You know, we see you doing parades, and I love a parade. I love the marching bands. I marched in a drum corps for many years in my young childhood, and so it's just fun stuff like that. What else is going on? Parades are fun.
Parades are a lot of fun. I too love a parade, and so in the district that I represent here in Minnesota, I represent like 6 different communities, and I have 4 different parades for the different communities, and tomorrow morning is my last one. But that always kind of signals that and the state fair kind of signal the end of the summer, and I just feel like I haven't really done anything, or I haven't had a summer vacation at all. I'm going to take a couple days and go join my family up at a cabin up north. At least I'm going to take my granddaughter, so I'm really excited for that. But the last parade and the fair kind of signals the end of the summer, and then of course we have to get going on really strategically door knocking and getting that whole world of re-election done. But it's so great to be in a parade and communicate with the community like that. I've gotten really good response, but I also, there's a supporter that allows me to use his old jalopy one with the horn that goes, and people love that. And so I hope it isn't raining tomorrow morning because it's an open vehicle, and we sure don't want to ruin his vehicle, and we sure don't want to get wet. So that's tomorrow, and there's a lot of work being done here in Minnesota behind the scenes to encourage the get out the vote native style again. I'm going to be going up to District 2 in Minnesota, where like this really dynamic trio of candidates, Alan Roy, Reed, oh gosh, now I'm going to forget their name.
Was it Reed Larson?
Reed Larson, and then Erica, and she has 2 last names.
Johnson. She was just on the show Tuesday. Erica, Johnson is. Shoot.
I know. We'll get it. Anyways, I've been really lucky to Erica Bailey Johnson. Okay.
Thank you.
Erica Bailey Johnson. We got it. I've been able to do 2 different fundraisers with them, and this week they came down again to the Twin Cities, and we held a big like 4 different Senate districts got together, DFL districts got together, and we had a picnic and politicians speaking. The governor was there, the Secretary of State was there, all of the candidates were there. And so it's really building up the excitement and the energy. And then I hope to get up there maybe next weekend to their district and help them with some door knocking. So if anybody out in Minnesota wants to get out and help the candidates up north, Native candidates, 2 of the 3 are Native. Next weekend is the weekend, and then meeting with some of the councils and the tribal folks, leaders, to see what we can do to help our communities get out the vote, because we've always been the lowest voting participation, and it's no surprise. We've been so disenchanted and disconnected and disqualified from voting. From the very beginning, we were the last ethnic group or group of people, political group of people, to even get the right to vote. And this was our land. I mean, we're the indigenous people of this land. And so we showed them last time around just the power of the vote, and we're hoping to do that again this year, and hopefully take that leadership role in northern Minnesota that has the indigenous mindset, so that we're protecting our environment, we're making sure that everybody has the resources. I mean, that's our philosophy to the core is we make sure everybody is fed, right? We make sure everybody has a bed to lay their head on at night, and they know where it is consistently, that everybody has access to good health care and attention, that everybody gets a good education. I mean, what's good for one is good for the tribe. And that's the philosophy that we want to work from. I know I work from that at the state legislature, and we need more of that kind of mind thought in our state to do the leadership.
Exactly. And I think one of the important things too that I've learned is if you have like a pretty safe district, like Wendy and I do, is to go up north and go door knock for these districts that are purple and need a push. So that's a great point to bring up. Also, too, the fair is going to be super fun because hopefully a lot of those candidates from up north will be down here too on Native Roots Radio and shaking hands with their constituents that are running around. Because I know that was always fun for me, was to go to the DFL booth and see who's there and get a selfie.
Yeah, it's just a really good way of bringing folks together. When you get out into rural Minnesota, homes are not right next to each other. Like I can go out for an hour and a half and knock on, more than 2 dozen, 3 dozen houses, bing, 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 bing. But in northern Minnesota, you have to drive. And you have to get out of your car and you go up to the door. And if there's a dog's running around, you have to really consider, am I going to get out or not? Are these friendly or foe? And so it helps to have somebody ride along, somebody to do the navigating, somebody to keep record of who you spoke to and what the issues are, along with the candidate. And, it really does make a difference to candidates when they have somebody there with them, or they've got somebody on the other side of the street. You're not always comfortable being out there in public and you don't know a community or a neighborhood. And It's just very affirming to candidates. So and my message is to anyone out there who's listening, find your candidate of choice and, offer to spend 2 hours with them, maybe 2 hours a week. Maybe do some phone calling, see if they have any data work that needs to be done. If you're skilled in social media, or you can put together really good editorials, whatever your skill set, make that available to them.
Wow, what a great point. Those are great things that you can do even at home to help out. That's awesome. So, State Senator Mary Kunesh, we're with here, District 39 in Minnesota. I got a quick question to ask you before we let you go. Have you seen Prey yet?
No.
Oh my gosh.
So 2 things. I let my Hulu subscription go, and I haven't signed up for it again, but I'm so busy. It's like, I don't want to, I'll get too distracted with Reservation Dog for one, and that one. So I'm waiting for a little bit of time, and it might be when I'm up north. I'll get my subscription back and watch that. But I'm just hearing really incredible things.
It's amazing, and it's also too. I saw a really funny meme. I'm not giving anything away, but I really saw a funny meme saying, "Prey is a good movie, but Native women already knew that Native men don't listen to them because, just the premise of the show is she wanted to be a warrior, and they wanted her to be a farmer, and she ended up being a warrior at the end with the predator." So I didn't give away a lot there, but it was a funny meme because it's like, oh, I have this movie to show that Native men don't listen to Native women.
Yeah, I've been watching those memes from Reservation Dog, and I just like, oh my gosh, I can hardly wait.
Yeah. Oh, so you haven't seen Reservation Dogs either, huh?
Not the second show, not the second season yet. I'm dying to, though, but it's sort of my reward. I have to get a bunch of work done, and then I can reward myself.
It's fun too because they're like 25 minutes, so you can binge on 3 or 4 really quick. And
that's the problem, is that they're so short. It's like, oh, I'll just watch one more. Oh, I'll just one more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So Wendy,
I'm wrong with the time. You have another minute. Sorry.
Right. So yeah, and then we had Rutherford Falls on, and we'll have them on again. That was a great interviews. We had and then Bobby Wilson, who's a big writer for Reservation Dogs now. He's going to be in coming in a couple of weeks, and then we're going to have him on again and get that going. But we're going to reach out to the actors and Prey and the writers.
So many good Native American movies and series out there. It's really wonderful.
It really is.
Well, and I guess the new Predator movie is it really going to be in what Native language? Did I hear it was going to be in Cherokee or one of the Native languages?
Comanche,
thank you. Yeah. Yep. And is it Amber Mid-Thunder is in that one, and some of the other Native actors are going to be in there.
Yep, definitely. It's awesome. You got to watch it. It's Prey. It's a prequel to Predator, 300 years before the original Predator. And
I didn't get that.
Yeah, it's Native Americans fighting the Predator. So it's, I can't swear. So it's bad. It's bad. Where's my beeper? But hey, State Senator, thanks for coming on. We'll see you soon, and we're excited to see you at the fair in the next couple of weeks, and we're excited to see you next week. Thank you for all you do, Peeny Gigi.
No worries. Wopalatonka, everyone.
We'll be right back after this short break.
Stay with us. Hey, Ogama, I've been hearing a lot about this term, climate justice. What is that?
Climate justice is recognizing that the negative impacts of climate change don't affect all people equally. It also means transitioning from a fossil fuel-based economy to a more sustainable future. MN 350 is one of the groups that's pushing for this transition to protect our futures. You can even get involved too.
That's great, especially since I'm concerned about pipeline projects like Line 3. How can I help MN 350?
Just find them on Facebook or visit mn350.org. COVID levels may be falling, but the virus is still around. Stay healthy and up to date on your COVID vaccinations and boosters. Right now, everyone 6 months and older is eligible to get a vaccination, while everyone 5 and up is eligible for their booster shot. Plus, you're eligible for a second booster if you're over 50 or received an initial booster dose at least 4 months ago. Find a vaccination site by calling 651-304-9986 or visit vaccineconnector.mn.gov. This message brought to you by the Native American Community Clinic.
Minnesotans age 65 plus might qualify for Health Partners Minnesota Senior Health Options. The plan includes personal support, coverage for medical, prescription drugs, and dental, plus over 30 extra benefits. Eligibility information is available at healthpartners.com/oneplan. Health Partners is a health plan that contracts with both Medicare and the Minnesota Medical Assistance Medicaid program to provide benefits of both programs to enrollees. Enrollment in Health Partners depends on contract renewal.
Minnesota has the only original wolf population in the continental United States, and 80% of Minnesotans believe the wolf should be protected. Howling for Wolves is asking Minnesotans to respect our true wildlife manager, the wolf. Their survival is critical to our ecosystems, our communities, and even our economy. As highly intelligent animals with strong social bonds, Minnesota wolves deserve to be protected and admired. Learn more at howlingforwolves.org. Let's live and let howl.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio Presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot.
This portion of the show is brought to you by Howling for Wolves, protecting wolves for future generations.
Howl! I was trying to harmonize with you. Do it again. Oh wow, you got control of the buttons here. You're going crazy with the little. Oh, there we go. Hey, I want to introduce my awesome, beautiful wife, Wendy. Wendy's been an animal advocate for many, many years, and she's been on the show for 6.5 years, talking about our sacred animals. And we're doing a thing here called Fun Facts Sacred Animal Fridays, and just so you don't go dark that one week. Do you remember that?
I just went dark one Friday, but usually Fridays I keep light and airy and full of fun facts. So that's how we're going to do it.
Right on.
The problem is that I picked that article and I didn't really read it thoroughly before I went on the air. So it even surprised me as I was reading along. So. Yeah.
I think Ogama and I were like shocked. We were laughing through the whole thing, but we know we're gonna have
funny though.
It was really funny. I think we're gonna put that show, submit that show to the Emmys, see if we can win an Emmy.
It was an
Emmy
award-winning show, wasn't it?
Exactly.
All
right, hey, it's the platform is yours, the radio show is yours. Let's hear some fun facts on our sacred animals. Which all animals are sacred to Native Americans.
Exactly. Thank you, Robert. My name is Hanaji Hihani, and that means cares for them. I was given that name by my Dega Curtis. Curtis goes by Mashke Hanajinga, which means walks on white clouds. I'm a humane policy volunteer leader for the Humane Society of the United States, and I work on animal issues at the local and state level, and it's always my pleasure to help animals in any way I can, even if it's just talking about them and bringing awareness about certain issues.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. So I've been talking about our cat, our little kitty, Lucy, we actually picked up some medicine for her. For those who do not know Lucy, Lucy is our cat who's 16 or 17 years old. We're really not exactly sure how old she is, but she's up there in kitty cat years. And she is in kidney failure for the last 2 years, but she's doing really well. And we bring her in for fluids. She gets IV fluids in her body, which helps with the kidney disease and helps her feel better. Because if you could imagine how you would feel if you were dehydrated, and that's exactly what happens to Lucy when her kidneys aren't functioning properly. She feels really dehydrated. So it brings some side effects to her. But we picked up some medication for her nausea. Hopefully that will help her. And we're bringing her in for fluids like twice a week. So we're going to try that and see how she does. So we're taking care of Lucy. And, it really got me thinking today that Robert and I are fortunate enough to be able to take care of our cat really well at the vet, but it's very expensive. And I just, my heart goes out for people who, have pets and they need to, help them, but they can't afford it. So I just,
Yeah.
hopefully I know a lot of people will put up GoFundMe pages and stuff. I think that's a great idea. So I think you should definitely do that. There's a lot of animal lovers out there, and I think people will help you if you need to bring your cat or dog to the vet. But I was talking about cats. I was talking about 11 fun facts, but we only got to number 7. So I have a couple more that I just want to let you know about cats. They sleep more than you ever thought. Domesticated cats sleep for about 16 hours a day.
Oh.
That isn't entirely necessary now that they don't need to go out and hunt for food, but it is built into their DNA. Cats also don't sleep in the same way that we do. They are able to become fully aware an instant after a noise wakes them up, which is important for survival when out in the wild. Domesticate cats, they just need to be aware of the can of wet food getting opened. That's all they need to do is hear the cat, the thing opening. But that's amazing because I know, like, when I'm woken up, it takes me a little while to get going. Number 9, they reduce the risk of stroke. Scientists have found that owning a cat can reduce the risk of stroke and heart attack by 1/3. The explanation? Having a cat to keep you company and to snuggle lowers stress and anxiety, which subsequently lowers blood pressure.
Yeah.
We all know that lower, healthier blood pressure is good news for your brain and for your heart. So that's really good. Keep your kitty cat safe and in your lap and just petting them because it lowers your blood pressure,
Yeah,
right?
I believe it.
We've heard that before too, and that dogs do the same thing. I think any pet that you have that you love and you're sitting there and you're petting them, it helps you.
Well, that's their jam too. They like to sit on your lap or sit next to you, and they feel comfortable too, and it gives give and take. Remember Gracie would always sit with our cats.
Yes. Yeah, she did. Gracie is our dog, so our dog would go and lay with the cats too. They only sweat through their paw pads.
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah, dogs.
Dogs too.
Yeah. Cats were originally desert creatures, so they were built to withstand high heat. They do that very different from us, though, as they only sweat from their paw pads. Cats cool down by staying in the shade and by grooming and releasing saliva on their fur. The sweat from their paw pads is often stress-related, but can also occur when they are overheated. So that's how they cool down. I wonder if the cat's like panting and really hot, if you put like little ice cubes on their paws, if that would help them. So their brains are 90% similar to ours. Cats' brains are much smaller than ours, but they are also built very similarly, 90% similarly. The size of a brain doesn't really say how much about intelligence. It's more about how the brain folds and how it is structured. Cats are incredibly smart and they think for themselves, which to some humans reads as being duller than dogs. To the contrary,
Yeah,
right?
you're right.
Cats simply do not engage in tasks that they don't see as rewarding to them,
Yeah.
and they will choose to spend their time and the remaining 8 hours of the day in which they aren't asleep on something better.
Wow.
That's what they'll do, right?
Wow.
So yeah, cats are, we already know that. But we also know that when a cat climbs a tree, they can't go back down it head first. And we talked about this once. And the reason is because their claws are facing the same way. Instead, they have to go backwards. They have to go down backwards because their claws are, facing going round, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know what a group of cats are called?
A gang. No, I
a
don't
group of cats is called a clouder.
What?
Not
You're making
chowder,
words.
a clouder. Clowder. Clouder. Yeah. According to the Hebrew legend, God created cats after Noah prayed for help in protecting the food stores on the ark from being eaten by rats. In return, God made a lion sneeze and out came a pair of cats.
Well, I'm going to have you read that one to me after the show. And I'm going to have to smudge off too.
I know, right? You're going to have to smudge off. Well, we all love our kitties and they are our best friends right besides our dogs. So
Right. Wow. Hey,
there's always fun facts.
Those were great fun facts. Another week.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be seeing everybody Monday. You're listening to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and we need to resist, divest, join a group, run for office. We're still here. We are the 7th generation.
Free Leonard Peltier.
Now.
Tune in for Philosophy Talk, the program that questions everything
except your intelligence.